Welcome to another lesson by YourTechVision.com, and today I'm going to show you how to do a signature right from signing to scanning and then inputting it into a document. First thing you want to do is you want a nice Sharpie, fine black tip pen. You're going to line it up with the line of your paper to write it out. This will just solve all sorts of issues as you crop it. So I'm signing it, and now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just put it into my scanner. I'm using an HP, and any scanner will do. What I like about my scanner is it gives me a PDF option. It gives me the option to email it directly, or to print it out, or to just scan it and put it into an image. Well, that's what I want. I want this to come out as a JPEG or a PNG. Now I'm back over on my computer, and I'm going to take you through how to do Windows Scan, and this is Windows 10, any Windows product, and it's been on the operating systems for as long as I can remember. I'm going to hit my Start key and type in Scan, and Windows Fax and Scan comes up, and I hit Enter. And the way you're going to access this is by doing Alt-F to File, and New automatically is selected. You hit Enter on it, and you down arrow to Scan, and you hit Enter. And you get your dialog box up, and then you just hit Enter for Scan and begin scanning it. So now I hit Escape on that because I'm going to hit the Scan button again, and you're going to see that the exact same dialog box comes up. I'm going to go ahead and hit Scan, because when I hit that Scan button, this is what comes up on my computer. So I'm just going to hit Scan now, or Alt-S to scan for the hotkey. Okay, after it scans it, it gives me what do you want to name this. So I'm going to just name it John Doe. I went ahead and hit Escape on that, and I'm going to go ahead and do Start key 3, because everything that I just quickly have saved immediately comes up in my quick access in Windows 10, which I absolutely love. And I'm going to hit Enter on that, and it's going to open in my photo viewer. Now at this point you can actually tab to Edit and Create, and hit Enter, and then hit Enter on Edit. But at this point you're going to need some vision in order to crop this. So we're just going to hit Enter on Crop and Rotate, and we're just going to drag the corners down a little bit just so we can get a little more direct signatures, so it's even easier to insert. And then we're going to click Rotate and make sure that's in the correct position. And then you can actually tab right to Done, and you can hit Save or Save a Copy. Maybe you want to hit Save in a different place, but you can. But now you have your signature, and this is what you're going to insert into anything. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of that. So let's go ahead and open my Word. So this is John Doe, and he has just written a paper and needs to hand it in. So you have, if there's any questions, please do ask. You always have your signature below it. And let's go ahead and insert this now. Once again, this is 2016, 365 commands. I believe this was also 2010. Can't remember, time goes by. Anyway, let's do an Alt-N for insert. P is for picture. And my picture dialog box opens. Now I'm in my file name. I know I can start typing John. Immediately go down to John Doe and hit Enter, and the signature automatically inserts. Now I want to adjust this to the way I want it. I'm going to go ahead and go to the Format option. So if you are blind and you do not know this, anytime you insert any type of picture or graph, immediately, I'm going to go show sighted people this, another option opens up. You have Format. Sometimes there's one, sometimes there's two, sometimes there's three options. But I'm going to go up to my Format, and you can actually hit your Alt key, and JP takes you to your format. So I'm going to use the hotkeys JP. And I'm actually going to go to my height, and sighted people can see that's H, so I'm going to hit H. And it's going to say 2.95. That is pretty tall, but I always want to tab down to my width, 8.4. Wow, just huge. We do not want to use this. Now that's centimeters, it's still huge. So I would say maybe down to, let's about half that. And so we're going to go ahead and do 4.5. And then I'm going to Shift tab back up and make sure it automatically adjusts in my height. And then I can go and Escape. Okay, so much better, but there's another item that I need, and that's wrap text. Because you want to be able to align this a little bit more. Now, if I hit my down arrows, you can immediately see I immediately disconnect, and everybody, you know, is always greatly chagrined that they can't re-access that picture. Now, if you're sighted, you can go ahead and click on it. But if you're blind, you cannot. You immediately lose access of it, and you can't adjust it. So you can, of course, undo with Control Z, which we absolutely love. But you need to wrap this so you can actually use your arrow keys. So if you're sighted and you don't know this, this is another clue. See those little squares? If you have little squares, you can't move that around. It is left aligned. It is stuck there. So we're going to go back to our format. So you hit your Alt key and go to JP. We're back up to your Format tab. And we're going to go to Wrap Text, which is TW. So TW, and we're in Wrap Text. Now, once you start making adjustments to it, you're going to notice, and I'm actually going to, you have to be careful on what you choose. If you choose behind text and it's not formatted correctly, it can actually overlap. But remember, you can hit Enter on this now, and you're going to notice how all of those change to circles in the corner, okay? So now this gives you the ability to go ahead, right, left, up, down, move that signature to wherever you want. So that is like a huge, we love that. And of course, you can see that name is positioned beautifully. Okay, so PDF files are another one. So let's go ahead and Alt tab to PDF. Here's my PDF. This is done very differently. So what you need to do is you need to access your tools. Well, you can already see your tools are right there. If you're low vision, you can click that also. You can also do Alt-V to view. And there's your view, and there's tools. So you can hit T for tools. And you actually need to go down to fill in sign, or up arrow, it's faster. Fill in sign and hit Enter. Most of those other ones, you have to pay for it. I highly suggest it. Absolutely, if you do a lot of this, I've typically been able to get away with everything I need with the fill and sign. So I'm going to hit Enter on that, and I'm going to hit Open on fill and sign. So it automatically goes to fill and sign now. So here we go. If you tab all the way across, or you can go to your sign and you click on your sign, it actually, I'm going to delete this John Doe out, and you're going to see that it says Add Signature. Okay, so there's your signature. You can type it, you can draw it, and so yes, you can actually use your mouse and you can draw your name in here. But we're going to go back to our nice legal signature, so I'm clicking on Image, and I could start typing in John Doe, but while I'm using my mouse, I'm going to go ahead and click on that and click it in. And you can see the signature automatically pops right in your signature box. So I click Apply, you move it into position, and of course, there it is, just beautiful. You can actually, with PDF, it actually gives you the option of making it bigger or making it smaller right there, and of course, you have the option to just move it around really, really easily. So that's really nice for your PDF. So that's an example of PDF. Now let's go to another Word option. So here we are, look, you just finished a note and you want to go ahead and put your signature on. I've put the line in there because this is really typical if you're getting contracts or anything like that. You need to be able to position that, and we're going to go over your wrap text options again. So just down arrow to your signature, and let's go ahead and insert. So Alt N for your insert, and you're going to hit P for picture, just in case you don't know where that's at. Oh, it's right there. But as you can see, the keyboard shortcuts are just so much faster. So let's just hit P for picture there. I can start typing in John and down arrow to my John Doe and insert it. Now you can immediately move it around, you know, right here. You cannot do that, see? And these are circles though this time. So whenever you insert, it's locked. It's locked to however you've inserted that. But once again, you have the tricks to this. So hit your Applications key, and I could hit Z, right, for size and position. Let me show you where that's at. There's size and position. You can also edit alt text. So if you're a blind person, you can go ahead, let's just do that quickly, hit Enter on that. and you can type in John Doe signature in there, and of course get rid of everything else. And typically I tell the kids just do a Control A on that. And then you can hit enter on that. You can close your navigation pane with Control Space and C to close, and we're back. Now for adjusting this, you're going to hit your applications key, and you can hit Z for size and position, and you're going to hit enter on that. Once again, you need a tab to your absolutes. You're going to see this is way too large, 2.94 and 8.39. I'm going to increase it a little bit larger than 4.5. I'm thinking 4.8. And if I shift tab, it automatically makes the adjustment to my height also. And while I'm here, because I already showed you text wrapping, well, it's right here. So let's deal with that right now. So we're going to go ahead and Control Tab. There's position. And it's already locked in. And visually you can see how it's not even an option because it's locked in. You cannot move that until you go to text wrapping. So if you have inline with text, that's the default. You will never be able to move that without adjusting these options. Tab in, and I always like behind text because of course it allows me to tweak that with my arrow keys and move it directly on the line as I want it. I'm going to go ahead and hit enter on that. Before I do, you can tab in there, and you've got both sides, left only, right only, and largest only, so you do have more options on there if you want that. Anyway, I'm going to hit enter on that, and visually you can already see that is way off. It does not matter because I can use my arrow keys now, and I can tweak that to exactly where I want that to be. Oh, and that is just absolutely gorgeous. So this allows you to insert any place, anywhere. One more option I want to tell you about is automatically inserting the date. Typically most people want the date there, and so I'm just going to go ahead and Control End, which moves me to the end of the line, and I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to do Alt N, and hitting D is date and time. There's all my date and times. I can hit enter and automatically insert the date there also. So that is how you use your legal signature in Word documents or PDF. Now, if you're signing this, you want to freeze everything in place. So I want you to hit your F12 for a save as, just a wrote a letter, that's easy enough. And I want you to tab to save as type and hit P for PDF and hit enter. And this is going to lock everything in hand so that no one can steal your signature off of your page. So do make sure you do a save as PDF. This is what you want to be sending off to people. And if you want to send it quickly, you can do an Alt F, and you can go down to send file right there and hit enter on that and attach to email and hit enter. And of course, it asks me how I want to send that, and that's going to be using my Outlook. And my Outlook immediately opens, and I can go ahead and just send this off. I'm going to send it to myself. And you can see the PDF is right there, ready to go and ready to send. And with an Alt S, it sends. Now, Outlook is a client, so you must hit your Start key and hit enter on that and open Outlook. This is the only way it will send, otherwise it sits in there automatically and does nothing. Hit your F9 to force send that and receive information, and of course it will come right out in your email. So legal signature, little tricks off of that. I hope you enjoyed that. Remember to hit that subscribe channel for more tricks on that computer.